Mr. Feynman's humor enlightener. Meet Richard Feynman. He was a world-famous scientist who loved to solve the mysteries of the universe. But Richard wasn't a serious, grumpy professor. He believed that if you couldn't explain something with a joke, you didn't really understand it. To him, science was the most exciting game in the world. Where did Richard get his big brain and his even bigger laugh? It all started when he was a little boy. Richard had two very special teachers, his father, Melville, and his mother, Lucille. Together, they showed him that the world is both a giant puzzle and a wonderful comedy. On sunny weekends, Melville took Richard for walks in the park. Instead of just teaching Richard the names of things, Melville taught him how to watch them. "Richard," he said, "knowing the name of a bird doesn't tell you how it lives. Let's watch what it actually does." Melville used toys to teach Richard about the laws of nature. One day, they played with a little red wagon. "Look how the ball rolls to the back when the wagon moves forward," Melville explained. Richard learned that everything in the world follows logical rules, and he loved finding out why things worked. While his father taught him magic, his mother, Lucille, taught him how to find joy everywhere. One afternoon, while helping in the kitchen, Richard accidentally knocked over a big bag of flour. Poof! A giant white cloud filled the air, and Richard was covered from head to toe. Richard was worried he would be in trouble, but Lucille didn't look cross. Instead, she started to giggle. She pointed at his white face and said, "Oh, Richard, you look just like a little snow ghost." Soon, they were both laughing so hard their tummies hurt. Richard learned that even a messy mistake can be a funny adventure. Lucille always had a funny story to tell. She showed Richard that even when life gets complicated, a good sense of humor can help you stay strong. No matter how hard a problem is, she would say, don't forget to keep a happy heart. As Richard grew older, his problems became harder. He worked on complex math that would make most people's heads spin. But when he got stuck, he didn't give up. He would remember his mother's laughter, take a deep breath, and look for a funny or clever way to solve the puzzle. Richard Feynman grew up to win the Nobel Prize, the highest honor a scientist can get. But he still loved to play the bongo drums and tell jokes to everyone he met. He proved that you can be the smartest person in the room and the funniest person at the party, all at the same time. Richard showed the world that science and humor belong together. With the logic he learned from his father, he saw how the stars worked. With the humor he learned from his mother, he saw how beautiful life is. He lived his life with a curious mind and a laughing heart.